Hello, my name is Jacob Bennett, and welcome to X3 Terran Conflict, the 5th or 6th game in the X Beyond the Frontier series. If you haven't checked out what this game is about, then do so. Right, welcome back from your brief research, or if you did any. In the X3 games, so there are 3 X3 games, it doesn't make sense, you have multiple start choices instead of being one character. Now, the usual one to go for is the Terran Defender, which is what I'm going for. And then we get story exposition.
Almost a millennium has passed since the last great plague of humankind had been wiped out from the solar system and its precious blue pearl planet Earth. It was a plague so dangerous, a threat so grave, that it spread throughout the infinity of space and eternity of time almost effortlessly to infest the stars. It spread its pestilence to civilizations unknown, devastated the galaxy as if it was just an ordinary body made of flesh and bone falling prey to a mindless virus. And in a sense, it really was a virus created by humankind, one made with the best of intentions, but a virus nevertheless. Von Neumann probes, self-replicating machines, terraformers, Xenon, even the enemy of God. But at its core, it was really only one thing. Artificial General Intelligence, or AGI. Mechanical minds capable of making themselves even more intelligent, and then again and again, recursively forever. The greatest threat to biological life that ever existed throughout the whole universe. The terraformers were cast out from the solar system by sheer luck, just barely, with billions upon billions left dead in their wake. The Earth jump gate was dismantled. Legislation was put in place never to allow AGI to be created again, ever. Humankind never forgot the threat or the lesson of AGI, never ventured to try out this concept once more, not in 1,000 years. But then it was discovered that species from outside the solar system thought differently. The plague of AGI was being released on the universe once more. Again, perhaps, with the best of intentions, and again, however, with the deadliest of results. The government of Earth had to intervene, even if it meant Cold War, even if it meant a Cold War between brothers. And intervene Earth did. This escalating conflict would be given a name by historians. Terran conflict.
Okay, so yeah, obviously named after the X games.
Terran, Flight School, Saber.
And I'm just going to decrease the sound options. Yeah, so the X universe has multiple races, and you will find some of them during this playthrough.
Command accepted.
So
Command.
I'm playing as a Terran, which is us, like humans. If you can notice this planet, this is Uranus. Uranus. Yeah, so
USC Orbital Logistics Dock.
the
Orbital Defense
Terran
Station.
structures are actually absolutely huge.
Lieutenant Plinter, USC. You drew a pilot assignment today. Come join us when you're ready.
Yeah, you probably didn't hear that, and I probably didn't either. Let's turn up.
Command accepted. Command accepted.
Yeah, okay, so the Terrans only came in on this one. So all the other games beforehand, the Terrans weren't around. You did get to play as a Terran in the first game, also known as Brennan, and he pilots a experimental shuttle that has a jump drive. So in the intro you may have noticed some gates. Those are called jump gates, and what they allow is quick travel between two locations. Very simple. So the jump drive developed on the experimental shuttle allowed you to not require a gate to be able to jump between 2 points. You still need a gate at the end, but you don't need to go through a gate to be able to warp as such. So there's an entire network of gates, and this is called the X universe. Every so often they reshuffle, so some links may be broken, others may be connected, some sectors might be lost forever. Now, in the solar system, which we're in currently,
USC
instead of having
Orbital
jump
Logistics
gates,
Dock.
we have transorbital accelerators. They're in pairs. They don't warp you, but put you faster than accelerate you to near light speeds, and it allows you to jump around the system within a few minutes, which is excellent. However, for game purposes, it will do it instantly, but that's a science how it works. So yeah, there's a number of races, and you'll notice that some of them are named after elements in the periodic table, namely the Argon, which are technically Terrans that threw back the Xenon during the conflict that was shown in the intro. Yeah, and they landed on a terraformed planet by the terraformers. And 600 years later, they are now the Argon. The Boron are squid people, and the Xenon are the terraformers' artificial general intelligence. Yeah. There's a lot of backstory to this, and I will fill you in at
Solar power plant.
certain
M
points
Alpha.
in case no one
Accelerator.
remembers or
Uranus through
cares to research.
Terran. Scimitar.
So, I have an objective, and you may not have heard it, but I need to talk to Lieutenant Samuel Plinter, and that's the mission, and it's easy. No time limit. Excellent. So what I can do is I can not right-click. Right-click fires my guns, and I probably don't want to fire at him. So I can click comms, and I can click in. I'm reporting in for patrol duty.
Right. Let's move out.
Yeah, I probably still need to increase the voices. So I'm going to decrease my speed using the mouse wheel, because I'm not using my joystick because it's a bit fiddly. Yeah, so I'm just going to get the audio up.
Command accepted. Command accepted.
Okay. Right, and now we're just following this guy around. We're patrolling, obviously, because we are the Terran Defender.
You have something to report?
Surrender!
Sir, I'm tracking an unusual echo here on the ground.
Oh. Oops.
Nothing on my screen, pilot. That's probably a micrometeoroid. Sometimes one will enter the transit accelerator and shoot across the populated area. They do register on the graph sometimes, if they're heavy enough.
Now it's on my graph as well, sir. 2 of them.
see them now. 5 of them. They must have disintegrated during transit, perhaps.
Attention, all pilots. Terraformer attack reported in Neptune orbit. No AGI ships must be allowed to survive this incursion. Proceed to Neptune immediately.
What? Terraformer? It's been over 20 years since. You heard the captain, people. Break orbit, set course for Neptune. Follow my lead. Execute.
Yeah, sorry for cutting you off there, that was my mistake. But
Transorbital accelerator. Neptune.
but basically, the solar system is under attack by Xenon forces. We are moving in to intercept. And you may see that we're like 30-ish kilometers away and we're only moving at 200 meters a second. Now, that to you may seem like, oh my god, it's going to take 20 minutes to get there. It is a very important feature. I can press J on my keyboard to activate the Singularity Engine Time Accelerator, which accelerates time. Currently it's at 600%. I'm going to change that to 1000. And this is how you play the game. Time accelerate. And there we go through the transorbital accelerator. How big this threat is.
Entering system. Neptune. Xenon N.
There's our ship. The Saber.
They're all over me! Too many to count!
The Xenon forces are attacking the system. We must destroy these Xenon ships. And obviously we've got some guys around, so I'm probably gonna just
Xenon N.
start attacking immediately. So, there's a tracking system here,
Target is now
and
in firing range.
when it has this kind of symbol, you can attack it. You
The
fire
Terran
there,
people thank you for your help
that's
in eliminating this threat.
on
You are
average where
being
they'll be.
Xenon N.
Due to their current trajectory, you can tell that they're going to be in that location.
Xenon N. You are being promoted. Poltergeist
Triple
missile.
kill.
You have gained recognition.
And then someone's fired some
Xenon
missiles, which
Xenon N. Target is now in firing range.
is very nice.
Poltergeist
I
missile.
don't want to fire at poltergeist missiles, thank you. The special thing about these, about Terran missiles, is that they splinter off into like
Xenon
a
N.
billion. And actually, I'm going to turn down the voice again
Command
because it's a bit too
accepted.
high. That's fine now. Right,
Poltergeist missile.
let's move over.
Terran. Katana.
So we've got some like
Terran,
frigates or
Katana,
corvettes coming in
Xenon
to help.
N.
Because yeah, we're not the only person being tasked to defend the universe. You know, like so many other games.
Xenon N. Xenon N.
And actually,
Target
I'm
is
hardly
now
having to do any
firing
jobs.
range. Xenon N. Xenon N.
This guy's not being attacked.
Target
He shall
is now
die.
in firing range. You are being promoted. Poltergeist missile. Xenon.
Lieutenant Plinter, do you read? The AGI seem to be using some sort of jump beacon to anchor their jump drives in our sector. Scan and destroy if you can.
Copy that. People, look out for that beacon.
Okay, so I'm told to scan this jump beacon.
Scanning.
So I just get within range and I sit and it will tell me to scan. And I am. It does this automatically.
Scan complete.
You gonna say anything? Or no, let's destroy it.
No aim.
Ow, someone hit me in the back. I'm gonna murder
Water
them.
purification plant. Terran. Scimitar.
I'm looking at you,
The scimitar.
Leo
has-
Fisty.
We've got new intel suggesting that this is just a decoy attack. A handful of AI drones have sneaked past our guard and stolen information from a research facility in Mars orbit. They're already heading back into the outer system, possibly to rendezvous with a ship. Lieutenant Plinter, you'll be sending one of your pilots to the Oort cloud to patrol the gate, just in case one of the drones gets there. It must then be followed to its destination and, if possible, destroyed.
Drones. Saw the tracks on the ground were no micrometeorites after all. Alright, pilot. You're up. Blow those damn things out of the sky. Good luck. Execute.
And now we're headed to the Oort Cloud. For those of you who don't know, the Oort Cloud is a cluster of asteroids beyond Pluto, and sometimes involving Pluto. So we're going to head there. For functionality, it's basically the same as the asteroid belt, which is the opposite way that we're going. Let's go through this transorbital accelerator.
Entering system. Pluto.
Now, in later episodes, I'll be like skipping all of this travel to area, and then just before I get into the mission area, I'll just bring up the universe map, and I'll tell you which directions I took, and any tips on how to get there, just in case you want to play as well.
Cloud.
So you can target anything that has come within sensor range. These haven't, but Terran buildings are so huge that you can see them anyway. You can tell that they're in the sense that you've looked at them, as in you've scanned them because they were in sensor range, because they have this kind of outline, and you can select them. So this guy, so symbols at the top right inform us that someone has a job or an opportunity for us.
Is there something I can help you
So
with?
this guy's looking for a job.
Just in time. I've got some. Do you want the job?
He wants to retrieve a ship from somewhere else, and I've got an hour and 37 minutes to get it. But it's only 1,000, which, yeah, it doubles my current money, which is 1,000. But rescue ship is not a fun thing to do. So we're just going to continue doing our job, I guess.
Entering system. Oort Cloud.
And here we are.
Terran Adventure Tour.
Yeah, there's NPC ships and traders and other fighters going around the entire area. So you can expect that. So I'm actually gonna see what this dock
Orbital
has.
patrol. This station is used as a base of operations for nearby patrol craft, providing resupply, communications relay, and response coordination when necessary.
So this station has a shop. Like nearly every station has a shop, and this one is a patrol base, so it has equipment. So it's got EMPCs, which are the weapons I'm using, and antimatter launchers, which are a bit too big for my size, and it's got shields of different megajoules. The larger the megajoule, the better. It's got some missiles, it's got some Terran MRE. Terran MRE are good, and antimatter warheads, which are ammo for the launcher. And then it's got some upgrades, which we can upgrade our ship with, but not right now.
ATF Military Skirnia.
We've also got a fleet of ATF ships, and the ATF are AGI task force, and their job is to like stop the AGI when possible. So I guess this is our drone that we're going after, the message drone. So
Message drone.
we can instantly see that our speed is nothing compared to theirs, which means we're going to lose contact with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a second monitor, which will show it here, and we're going to follow it. Hopefully not destroy it.
Message drones travel at very fast speeds to deliver data and messages quickly across sectors.
Okay, yeah, it's basically a message drone. So we need to follow it. And we're going to lose contact when it gets out of the 25-kilometer region. However, it seems that he's heading
Nova.
towards these two items.
Jump beacon.
There's a jump beacon,
Nova.
and there's a Nova. A Nova is an Argon ship. I have no clue what that's doing there.
When the long-serving
Yeah, there's an
Argon
unknown
elite
Argon in
was
here.
retired, the Argon military was left without an M3 fighter until a group of shipwrights in
So let's go after this thing. Okay, so the message drone is gone. We're within 9 kilometers. We may have to attack this Nova. I'm not sure.
Jump beacon.
Oh, you know what I said about jump drives? Yeah, he just jumped. And he just destroyed the
No
jump beacon he used.
Debris.
And there's only debris left. Can I pick it up?
Pilot, this is Lieutenant Plinter. I've got message from Command that all drones are either destroyed or intercepted. Command is mighty impressed with your achievements today, and I'm too.
Cargo bay now contains debris. Cargo bay
Probably
now
sell it, actually.
contains debris. Cargo bay now contains debris.
Okay.
Terran.
We now have some debris in
Scimitar.
our cargo hold. I have no clue what we can use it for. But I'm sure we could sell it somewhere. Possibly. I doubt they actually sell buy debris anywhere. Right, so let's over to Lieutenant Plinter and hand in this quest. Report. Yeah, that's what I said.
All ships, follow my lead.
Ah, poo. Yeah, he said all ships follow my lead. By the way. So, his ship is bigger than mine. Well, I better not knock into him. So, this is my ship. Let me turn around so you have a good, better look. Yeah, so this is the M4 Sabre. And I'll probably go into the M classifications in a sec. As you can see, you've got 2 guns here, and it kind of looks like an A-wing from Star Wars, and a lot of the Terran ships look like things that should be in Star Wars. So yeah, so there are multiple ship classifications. There's M1, M2, M3, M4, M5. Which are the 5 basic ones. M5 are scout ships. M4, which is the one I'm using, is a
Transorbital accelerator.
M4 is a light
Pluto.
fighter. M3 is a heavy fighter, and then we jump really high. M2 is a destroyer, so like heavy battleship kind of thing, and the M1 is a carrier. So you know these transorbital accelerators, we can go in them backwards. And we enter the right way.
Pluto.
So we now have the mission to patrol Pluto. Excellent. Yeah, this pilot episode may be longer than usual ones because this is the entire intro sequence here.
Terran taxi service.
So in a patrol, all you do is just go around the sector looking for Xenon.
Transorbital accelerator.
And you'll continue doing so
Kuiper
until
belt.
all of the Xenon are dead. Sadly, we can't actually see them. But I think it should be fine.
Food preparation
Do you sell
facility.
debris?
This food preparation facility.
No, you don't. So let's keep moving around the system. Well, the sector, see if we can't find any Xenon. Ah, there we go.
Xenon, ATF, Xenon.
Though he's
N.
having a tangle with some ATF dudes. And he's going away. Don't worry, I'm coming in.
Target is now in firing.
Ow.
Spectre missile.
I just got hit. The meanies. Oh, we've got more, we've got more.
Xenon, N.
Sorry.
Target is
I'm gonna
now in
kill this
firing
guy.
range.
I want credit for something. No, he got killed again.
Spectre missile.
Yeah, so M1 is a carrier, which holds a lot of fighters. And then you've got the transport classes. So there's the TS, which holds cargo, I think. There's... Hang on, actually, I think there's a chart somewhere. No. I'll try and find an example.
Terran. The Saber is a capable
No,
medium.
that's the one I've got. Yeah, so there are transport classes. So there's a TL, which is like the size of a carrier, and it contains a lot of cargo, but can't dock anywhere really, except at shipyards, which is where you buy ships. Which is a corvette.
Entering system. Neptune.
And they're usually better than an M3 but slower, and they sometimes have turrets which can allow them to attack things in multiple directions, which is very helpful if you're facing off against a group of enemies. Then you've got the M7, which is a frigate, so not as big as a destroyer but can pack quite a punch, and then the N7M, which is the missile destroyer.
USC Orbital Logistics
Then you've got the M8, which is a bomber, which can usually wipe out an entire sector from long range.
Transorbital Accelerate Matter Antimatter Mine Fab Alpha.
And then that's kind of it, I think. Well, you've got some transport classes, so there's the TP, which transports personnel. You've got the TS, I think it is, or the TM, which transports cargo, and then the other one is a military transport, so it has guns and whatnot. Oh, I think I see a ship over there. This is what patrol feels like. Pressing J a ton of times. Right. Our patrol is finished. Now we go to Uranus. Which is excellent. So we have like autopilot options, so I can get my ship to fly to Uranus, but it's too slow for me because it just takes time. So this Yokohama is an M7, so this thing just going through was a frigate.
Terran freight transporter. Entering system. Uranus.
Right, what else? Some guns were fired, I think. Did these guys just insta-kill a Xenon? They might have. Okay, so we can see some specks over this way, which is probably where they're going to be. Or not.
Terran atmospheric lifter.
Yeah, so this
atmospheric
is a TL, and you can see it's actually pretty big. Now this is a unique one, and you cannot buy it in stations. They only occasionally appear at the very edge of a sector and then come upwards, like as if coming from the atmosphere. And this thing is huge, and you can only get it by boarding it, and I don't have the munitions to be able to board it because I don't have any marines to do so. I will later. Yeah, I'll totally go Blackbeard on some things, but now is not the time. I'm in a puny fighter which will instantly die if it goes up against anything bigger than an M3. And even then I'll probably die against an M3. So let's go through this gate.
Accelerator. Saturn.
To Saturn.
Entering system.
Yeah, so we had a long, like a very quick fight at the start.
Debrief at the Saturn research station. They want to get as much sensor data as possible. I hear the scientists already have their hands full ripping open half their fleet's black boxes, so there's no rush.
Okay, so now we just need to dock at the station.
Saturn research station.
Which I shall not autopilot because I have skills. Kind of. Yeah, so we've just done some patrolling of sectors, fighting off a incursion from the AGI. Yeah, it's a typical day's life in a patrolman, but I doubt it's going to stay this way. Otherwise, it may just be Patrol Person Simulator 20. I can't remember the year that this came out.
You are talking to the automated interaction system. Positive, please dock as soon as you get green position lights.
Okay, so we need to dock over there. Good. However, going at full speed is not going to help. So, you can see these docking lane. We get in. These strafe buttons. And decrease our speed down to something less speedy. So that we don't blast a hole in this thing. Because that would be unfortunate. And we need to decrease speed. And there we go, we're docked.
Successfully docked.
Welcome aboard this Terran station.
Connection to local trading network established.
Pilot, you've been ordered to meet with Major General Ichiyama at the ATF outpost in the asteroid belt. Seems you're getting yourself noticed, pilot.
Right, so... okay, so... we have to head to the asteroid belt. And that's going to start a new series of missions, so... we'll probably leave that for another time. So... as you can see, in this goods menu, I can't actually buy any of my weapons, because my reputation at the bottom left as Terran Regional Representative is too low.
Your notoriety is too low. Trade restrictions are in effect.
Exactly. And I doubt that we can sell any of our debris, which is a bummer. And we only have like 4,000 credits. Oh, we have 4,000 credits. Oh, I didn't realise that. Well, I'm gonna... I can't pay for that. That's a shame. But no.
Insufficient products are not
Yeah,
bought.
let's not buy anything, because otherwise I'll go a bit hog wild on the entire thing and lose all my money. But what we can do... where did my debris go? My debris has disappeared for some reason. Interesting. But we shall continue with our mission to go to the asteroid belt in a future episode. And we might actually do some missions helping around the solar system, trying to get good rep and go get those new guns. But as I said, later episode. Until then, I've been Jacob Bennett, thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time.